So this application that I built for the Newseum, the FBI Silk Road kiosk, was built with Windows Presentation Foundation, which is a Microsoft product, and it's built on the .NET platform. I chose to go with the latest and greatest with .NET 4.6, and that was excellent. Even though I developed on a Windows 10 machine and the kiosk was going on a Windows 7 machine, the Windows 7 machine was able to upgrade to 4.6 and be at the same level as my development environment. The project ended up being about 3,500 lines of code, which I know lines of code is a horrible metric to measure a program by, but it gives a rough rule of thumb, something to point at and say, how complicated the project was. What I did was I realized early on that I needed to break it out into separate pieces. I knew that it wasn't going to work if I just, had one big project. So what I ended up doing was investigating the Prism framework, which is a framework that was built by Microsoft and supported by Microsoft and now is open source. It actually became open source in the middle of the project, and I ended up upgrading from Prism 5 to Prism 6 in the middle of the project, which I would maybe not recommend doing again. It took about a day to do because of all the dependencies that needed to change. But now that it's upgraded, it's really good because if we need to update in the future, it'll be on the latest and greatest version of Prism. So in WPF, you can use multiple languages to build it. I chose to use C#. C# is an excellent language. It's strongly typed. It works very well with Visual Studio. I used Visual Studio 2015 for this project, Community Edition. So that's basically some of the technical tidbits from behind the scenes of working on the FBI kiosk.